In the heart of the world, beneath the layers of soil and stone, there exist bottomless holes, enigmatic voids that defy comprehension. These gaping chasms, scattered across various continents, have long captured the imagination of explorers, scientists, and thrill-seekers alike. Their origins remain shrouded in mystery, and the legends surrounding them are as varied as the cultures that tell their tales. Each hole is a portal to the unknown, a challenge to the brave, and a whisper of ancient secrets waiting to be unveiled. One such hole, known as the Abyss of Yore, lay hidden in a remote valley in the Appalachian Mountains. Local lore spoke of it as a gateway to the underworld, a place where lost souls wandered in eternal darkness. The first recorded sighting of the abyss dated back to the early 1800s, when a group of settlers stumbled upon it while searching for a new home. They spoke of a chilling wind that emanated from the hole, carrying with it the faint echoes of voices long forgotten. Those who ventured too close claimed to hear their names called from the depths, luring them to the edge, where the void seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting like a living thing. As the years passed, the abyss became a focal point for those hungry for adventure and answers. Among them was a young woman named Clara, a geologist with an insatiable curiosity. Clara had grown up hearing the stories of the abyss from her grandmother, who would recount them by the fireside, her voice trembling with excitement and fear. Determined to uncover the truth, Clara gathered her gear and set off into the mountains, guided by the whispers of the past and the promise of discovery. Upon reaching the valley, Clara was struck by the beauty that surrounded her. Towering trees stretched toward the sky, their leaves rustling gently in the wind, and a serene river wound its way through the landscape. Yet, in the midst of this tranquility, the abyss loomed, a dark circle in the earth that seemed to absorb the light. Clara approached cautiously, her heart racing with a mix of fear and exhilaration. She could feel the chill emanating from the hole as if it were alive, waiting for her. With a deep breath, she peered over the edge. The darkness within was profound, an inky blackness that swallowed all light. She tossed a rock into the hole, counting the seconds until she heard it hit the bottom. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then silence. Clara frowned, puzzled. How could something be bottomless? The very notion challenged everything she had learned about geology. She set up her equipment and began taking measurements, determined to document her findings. Days turned into weeks as Clara meticulously studied the abyss, her obsession growing with each passing day. She recorded the temperature, the air pressure, and the sounds that emanated from the hole. At night, she would sit by the edge, listening to the whispers that seemed to call her name, urging her to descend into the depths. It was during one of those nights that she met another seeker, a man named Jonah, who had come to explore the abyss for himself. Jonah was a rugged adventurer, a man who thrived on danger. He had heard of the abyss and its legends, and he was determined to uncover its secrets. The two quickly bonded over their shared fascination, and together they devised a plan to descend into the hole. Clara's scientific approach complemented Jonah's daring spirit, and they spent hours discussing the possibilities that lay below. As they prepared for their descent, the legends of the abyss weighed heavily on Clara's mind. Stories of those who had entered and never returned haunted her thoughts. Yet, the allure of the unknown was too powerful to resist. They fashioned a harness system using climbing gear and ropes, ensuring they would have a way back up. With lanterns in hand, they stood at the edge of the abyss, hearts pounding in unison. "Ready?" Jonah asked, a glint of excitement in his eyes. Clara nodded, though doubt flickered in her mind. Together they began their descent, the walls of the hole smooth and cold against their hands. The light from their lanterns flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced around them. As they went deeper, the air grew heavier, and the whispers intensified, swirling around them like a haunting melody. After what felt like an eternity, they reached a ledge. Clara's lantern illuminated a vast cavern, its walls glistening with strange minerals that reflected their light in a myriad of colors. The sight took their breath away, But it was the ground that captured Clara's attention. A series of intricate carvings etched into the stone, depicting scenes of ancient rituals and celestial bodies. "Do you see this?" Clara whispered, her voice barely above her breath. "These markings, they're ancient." Jonah stepped closer, his eyes wide with wonder. "This could be a significant archaeological find. We need to document everything." As they began to take notes and photographs, the atmosphere shifted. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if the cavern itself were alive, urging them to leave. Clara felt a strange pull, a connection to the markings that made her heart race. She traced her fingers over the carvings, feeling a surge of energy coursing through her. Jonah, however, sensed the danger and urged her to move back toward the rope. "Clara, we should go," he insisted, anxiety lacing his voice. "This place feels wrong." But Clara was entranced. "No, Jonah, this is history. We can't leave yet." Just then, the ground trembled beneath them, and a low rumble echoed through the cavern. Dust and small stones fell from the ceiling, and Clara's heart raced with a mix of fear and exhilaration. The legends had warned of this. A disturbance could awaken something ancient and powerful. Jonah grabbed her arm, pulling her back. "Now," he shouted, urgency driving his words. They scrambled back to the rope, the tremors intensifying. Clara's mind raced as she realized the truth. The abyss was not just a hole, it was a living entity, a guardian of secrets that had been buried for centuries. They began their ascent, adrenaline fueling their every move. The whispers turned into a cacophony, echoing through the cavern, as if the very spirits of those who had come before them were warning them to leave. Finally, they reached the surface, collapsing onto the ground as they emerged from the abyss. Gasping for air, they lay there, the night sky above them a stark contrast to the darkness they had just escaped. Clara's heart raced, not just from the thrill of their adventure, but from the realization of what they had uncovered. "Did you see those carvings?" Clara exclaimed, her voice trembling with excitement. "There's so much we don't understand about this place." Jonah sat up, brushing dirt from his clothes. "I saw it, and I felt it. But we need to be careful. Whatever is down there, it doesn't want to be disturbed." The two of them spent the following days documenting their findings, piecing together the fragments of history they had stumbled upon. But the whispers of the abyss lingered in Clara's mind, a reminder of the mysteries that lay beneath the surface. They had uncovered a fragment of the truth, but the questions remained. What had happened to those who had vanished into the depths? What was the true nature of the abyss? As they prepared to leave the valley, Clara felt a sense of longing. The abyss was a part of her now, a connection to something greater than herself. She vowed to return, to delve deeper into the mysteries it held, and to honor the stories of those who had come before. For the bottomless holes of the earth were not merely voids. They were gateways to understanding, each one a testament to the enigma of existence, waiting for the brave to uncover their truths.